Aloha! So, picture this. You're standing on this absolutely pristine Hawaiian beach, the sun is setting over the Pacific, and you're about to marry the love of your life. It's literally the ultimate dream, right? But right before you say I do, there's almost always that one nagging thought creeping in. Wait, did we actually do the legal paperwork right? Well, today, we are taking the stress completely out of your Hawaiian dream wedding. Let's dive right into this comprehensive explainer on exactly how to apply for a marriage license in Hawaii so you can focus on the romance and not the red tape. Stressed about the legal paperwork? Yeah, I completely get it. Honestly, dealing with government bureaucracy, especially when you're traveling far from home or even from a totally different country, can feel incredibly overwhelming. But here is the secret. Hawaii actually wants you to get married there. They've made the whole process surprisingly easy, and by the end of this explainer, you're going to feel totally confident tackling the whole shebang. Okay, so here's our roadmap for today. We'll kick things off with eligibility and getting started. Then we'll move into gathering your required documents, followed by the formal application process. After that, we'll cover important timelines and costs, transition into some Hawaii-specific ceremony rules, and finally wrap the whole thing up with FAQs and final steps. All right, Section 1, eligibility and getting started. Let's take a look at exactly who is legally allowed to get married in the Aloha state. The absolute best news about getting married in Hawaii, it's what you don't need. Unlike a lot of other jurisdictions, Hawaii has seriously stripped away the barriers. There is zero waiting period, no blood tests required. You don't need to be a state resident, and you don't even need to be a U.S. citizen. You can literally step off the plane and get the ball rolling right away. But, of course, there are a few basic eligibility rules we need to cover. First, you've got to be 18 or older to marry without parental consent. If you're 15, 16, or 17, there are specific parental consent and family court hoops you'll have to jump through. Also, you can't be closer than first cousins. And importantly, same-sex marriage is fully legal, and the state proudly and seamlessly recognizes those marriages. So you're eligible. Let's move on to Section 2, gathering your required documents. Think of this part as your essential what-to-pack checklist for the administrative side of your vacation. When it comes to IDs, your age is the strict cutoff for what you need to bring. If you're 18 or under, you are absolutely required to have a certified copy of your birth certificate, plus those parental consents we just talked about. But if you're 19 or older, it gets so much easier. A valid government-issued photo ID, like your driver's license, a state ID, or a passport, is literally all you need to prove who you are. Now, please pay super close attention to this next detail, especially if you've been married before. If you were divorced or widowed within the last 30 days prior to applying for your license, you absolutely must bring an original certified divorce decree or death certificate. And listen to this. No photocopies, no digital scans on your phone, and no faxes are accepted. Seriously, I know a couple who almost had to cancel their whole legal ceremony because they only brought a photocopy from home. Don't let that be you. Now, if the dissolution happened more than 30 days ago, you just need to know the exact date and location for your application, but you don't need to show physical proof at the counter. Okay, your documents are packed. Let's jump into Section 3, the formal application process. This is where we get into the actual actionable steps of filing for the license. There are just 3 simple chronological steps to getting your hands on that license. Step 1, apply and pay online. Hawaii uses an electronic registration system that lets you do this up to a full year in advance, and we highly recommend doing it this way for speed and convenience. Step 2, save your locator ID. That's the authorization code the system spits out for you. Step 3, meet a licensed agent in person once you actually arrive in Hawaii. Let's talk about that mandatory agent meeting for a second. This is completely non-negotiable. Both partners have to appear in person together before the licensing agent. Absolutely no proxies allowed. You can't just send your wedding planner to handle it. You'll want to call ahead to schedule an appointment with an agent on your specific island, and the whole meeting usually takes about 30 minutes. Just hand them your locator ID, show your physical IDs, and boom, you're approved. Moving right along to Section 4, important timelines and costs. Let's map out the financial and scheduling logistics so you can plan your itinerary perfectly. Financially speaking, the process is incredibly reasonable. The state charges a flat $60 application fee, plus a tiny $5 online portal administration fee. That brings your total government cost to just $65. And hey, by paying this online when you apply, it completely removes the hassle of carrying exact cash to your agent appointment. And here is the absolute most critical number you need to remember for this whole trip: 30. Your Hawaiian marriage license is strictly valid for only 30 days from the exact moment it's issued by the agent. If you don't have your ceremony within that 30-day window, the license becomes totally null and void. So definitely make sure to time your agent appointment carefully with your actual wedding date. All right, on to Section 5, Hawaii-specific ceremony rules. Getting the license is one thing, but actually hosting a legal ceremony on the islands has a few unique quirks you'll want to be prepared for. This is a massive distinction you will definitely want to know about. It's kind of an insider secret. Public beach versus private resort. If you're dreaming of getting married right on a public beach, you have to know that Hawaii requires a shoreline right of entry permit. Those often mandate liability insurance, they strictly prohibit things like arches or gazebos, limit the number of chairs, and cap the event at 2 hours. But if you book a private resort ceremony, you are completely exempt from all those strict state rules. It is a major logistical win to go private, which is exactly why so many couples opt for a resort setup. No matter where you decide to tie the knot, your officiant must be licensed by the state of Hawaii. This is absolutely crucial. You can't just fly your best friend in to perform a legally binding ceremony unless they actually register with the state beforehand. But the best part? Your licensed local officiant is legally responsible for filing all your paperwork online after the ceremony is over. You literally just say, "I do," and they handle the final filing. We are in the home stretch. Let's jump into Section 6, FAQs and final steps, just to clear up any lingering questions and wrap up this administrative journey. Here is a question we see all the time. Do we need a legal witness to get married in Hawaii? Surprisingly, the answer is no. Hawaii doesn't legally require any witnesses to sign your marriage license at the ceremony. Your state-licensed officiant is all you need to make it official. But hey, what if you want to skip the Hawaiian paperwork entirely during your vacation? You might want to consider the symbolic ceremony. This is an absolute life hack for wedding planning. Basically, you get legally married at your local courthouse back home, but you host an identical feeling, completely paperwork-free ceremony in Hawaii. No in-person agent appointment, no 30-day expiration window to stress over, just pure, unadulterated vacation bliss. If you do go the legal route in Hawaii, keep an eye out for the official State of Hawaii seal in your mail. After your officiant files the paperwork, your official certified marriage certificate will be mailed to you, and that usually takes about 4 to 6 weeks. If you find you need extra certified copies for name changes, insurance, or legal records back home, you can easily order those online from the state for just $10 each. So here is your quick action plan. Apply and pay online to get that locator ID. Pack your valid government IDs and your certified divorce decrees if you're within that 30-day window. Call ahead to book your in-person agent's appointment for when you arrive on the island, and then just get ready for your perfect day. With the legal paperwork completely demystified and honestly looking pretty manageable, the only hard question left is, which beautiful Hawaiian island are you going to choose for your unforgettable day? Maui, Oahu, the Big Island? The choice is entirely yours, and now you know the process is an absolute breeze. Before we wrap up, just a quick reminder. This explainer is for general guidance based on the latest available info. Things like laws, fees, and processes can shift, so always be sure to consult Hawaii's local officials, like the Department of Health, or a legal professional to get the most up-to-date, specific advice for your unique situation. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and hey, happy wedding planning!